Thank you for joining us today for the Master in Finance for Realtors. We're excited to have you here today with us, and we're going to dive in today about the financial strategies designed to specifically for real estate professionals like yourselves. My name is Razat Long. I'm a realtor and also a financial professional. And I'll be co-hosting today's session with Brittany, who is an incredible woman who brings heart and experience into the table. Brittany has been in the financial services industry for 14 years. She's not only a wife, but she's also a proud mom. She's really passionate about helping individuals and families grow generational wealth. Her services also extends beyond the financial world. She's deeply involved within her church, which really speaks volume to her values and her mission. Together, we are here to empower realtors like you with the tools, the insights, and confidence to take control of your financial future. So go ahead and let's get started right now. Hi, Brittany.
Hello. Good afternoon, Reside. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for the warm introduction. The Cash App I sent you, it came through.
Oh, did it? That's a relief.
All right. That all those nice words. I'm like, yes, she got the Cash App. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited to be here, and I'm always excited to present financial literacy, financial information, and excited when we can bring resources to those who may are aware of the financial service field and those who are not. So let me share my screen. So I am, of course, as Razat said, I am a wealth builder. That's what I do. That's what gets me up going in the morning, is helping people take charge of your life. Stop letting life push you around, bully you, tell you what to do, how to do it, how far are you going to go. But what we believe as wealth builders, and Razat as well is a wealth builder, is that you want to start building the life that you want on your terms. And with that, you got to start dreaming or keep dreaming. It just depends on where you are in the process. Some people have given up on their dreams, while others may be living their dream now. But wherever you are in the process, just start doing it. However, what we see a lot in our society is challenges. And the challenges that we see is that most people are equating their income to their dreams. And it's hard for some people to dream because they're like, listen, my bank account is not saying anything, but my dreams are desiring, right? So they're like, whatever. But our goal is to show people that, listen, you can make income in different ways. It just doesn't have to be clocking in, clocking out. It just doesn't have to be one form of a paycheck, but there's different ways. Now, if you can put, Razat, you and I, let's talk. Do you think the majority of people produce their income from either skills or hours, or do you think that most people have created a system? What do you think?
I think that most people produce income by selling their skills and their hours.
I know how to do hair, so I'm going to put 60 hours a week in doing hair. I know how to, I went to school to become a nurse, so I'm skilled at that. So I put in 40, 36, 40 hours, 50 hours a week into the nursing field. My skill is project management, right? I'm IT and I'm great at what I do. And I put 40 hours a week into that, right? Most people produce their income by skills and hours. Now, do you think that most people, how they receive their income, is it rented income or is it owned income? What do you think?
I think it's rented income.
Yeah. You remember back in the day, they used to have, I don't even know if they still have it because it was a scam, but rent to own furniture, rent a center. You remember rent a center?
I remember rent a center, RAP.
People go in there, they get their whole house rented. And it'd be like, you could have bought that. You could own this If there's other options available, but if that's all that people know and think that they have opportunity to have is the rent to own, then they don't understand that there's a different way of going about getting income. Now, are they able, so people who trade their skill for hours, who rent their income, are they able to transfer their current income to their spouse or children?
For most part, no.
No, most part, no. What about, are they able to sell their income to anyone else?
No.
No, you cannot. And so the solution to a lot of these problems and challenges that we see in our society is two is a scenario. And I'm going to show you two sides of it. Do you know anyone, Razat, who is in debt for the next 25 to 30 years?
Just about everybody,
As being a realtor, that's what a lot
right?
of people are signing up for, right? Yep, put me in that category. Do you know anybody that doesn't have the quality time that they want with their family?
Quite a few.
Yep. Do you know anyone who has compromised their lifestyle? Say they say, man, I want to go on vacation 4 to 5 times a year, but they settle for going out the city once.
Yes, ma'am. We have those conversations daily.
Okay. Now, do you know anybody on planet Earth that has said, you know what? To heck with those dreams. I'm done with that.
There are some people who feel like there are no options to get out of this life. They feel like they're born to work, and what's the point of it?
What's the point of it? You go, and I tell people all the time, you drive by the cemetery, there's a lot of dreams out there, a lot of dreams hanging out in the cemetery. And so, with that being said, the reason why a lot of people feel that way is because they're solely relying on single handed income. Single handed income, again, that's when you're trading your skill for hours. With that, with single handed income, the money disappears. Okay. Think about, when did you get your first job? How old were you when you got your first job? Was that?
Oh, it's like 14 or 15.
Okay. So 14 into present age. Think about all the money that has passed through your hands. There's been a lot of money that's gone through your
Mhm.
hands, right? But it's like, when I ask people that, I'd be like, do you have at least half of that money that you've ever made stacked away somewhere? They're like, no. And I'm like, where did it go? It disappeared, right? Also, is dependent upon, there's many variables that will allow the single-handed income to continue. And then it never multiplies, right? As realtors, you can get more listings, but that's still what your hands are doing, right? That's
Mhm.
still what you are doing single handedly. Now, what we do is we show people, hey, listen, you can get out of debt and be debt free within the next 5 to 7 years. You can have a better quality time with your family, and you can have a world class lifestyle. And you can accomplish those dreams. Why? Because there's a concept called multi handed income. With multi handed income, you have a system. And once you have a system, that system produces income for you and it never disappears. Also, it's independent and it multiplies, right? Think about the difference between an agent and a broker, right? A broker has a system, right? And those are multiple, you have multiple agents under you. Same way with a system when it comes to multi handed income. So, with that being said, do you think with the lifestyle that you desire to live, I desire to live, that multi-ended income is an option, or do you think it's a necessity?
I believe it's a necessity.
I do too. I agree. So now you're going to be like, okay, Brittany, what is this single-handed and multi-handed? What is this? What does that even mean? So single-handed income is going to be your salaries, your commission, your margin, and multi-handed income is going to be your royalties, dividends, and capital gains. So, single handed income is produced with skills and hours, and multi handed income is produced when you have a system. Okay. So, if multi handed income is the solution to the problems that society is facing, then what industry do you think that we should be looking into to produce that? And the great thing about it is that financial services is the key, right? Financial services is helping people, regular people, produce income. And it is making one the industry that is making the most millionaires right now. So, with that being said, let me tell you about our platform. So, we are again wealth builders. And with wealth builders, think about Amazon. Amazon is known, has totally changed the retail industry. You can order a gold back scratcher on Amazon and it will be to your front door by the end of the day, maybe tomorrow, right? Is known for convenience. McDonald's has changed. The fast food industry is known for being fast. As being wealth builders, we are known for education. Our goal is to help people manage their money. We help people make more money, and we also help people with help them understand the importance of self-improvement. Becoming a better person and becoming better financially all starts with our mindset. And so, with that, as wealth builders, we help people develop short term and long term savings. We help them with insurance protection. We help them with debt solutions, and we help them preserve wealth. And the great thing is that we provide education in all those areas. So, in order to do that, most people put about 60% of their income toward these categories. Okay. So, if we're putting a lot of money into those categories, we need to understand how it works. Okay. So, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And then, Razat, I'll give you back the floor and you can tell a little bit about what we do.
All right. So when people make money, where do you think those money go?
Out one door and around the corner.
All right. 50% of their income goes to living expenses, while the other 20 to 25% goes to their taxes. And then the other goes to paying their debt, right? So, how much do you think that people are actually saving?
Not very much at all.
Yeah, not very much. It leaves us about 1 or 2%. So, the average Americans are only saving about 1 to 2% of their money. Okay. So, this is why we educate why and how to save. We help people get rid of a portion of their taxes and also a portion of their debt, which allows them to save their money, and they can take that money and use it to fund their dreams, right? Their financial dreams, whatever it can be, like going on vacation, sending kids off to colleges. So, retirements, children education, income protection, and freedom from debt. And all we do is connect people with insurance and investment firms such as Vanguard, Transamerica, Nationwide, Fidelity, and Prudential. And then they pay us, which means at zero cost to the consumers. Okay.
Excellent.
All right. Back to you, Brittany.
Thank you. All right. I'm going to show you a little bit of the education that we do when we provide to our clients, because what we do, as I stated previously, is rooted in financial education. It's not just about how much money you make, right? You can make a lot of money. People do it all day long. They make a lot of money. But the important thing is knowing how money works. So, with that being said, we work with our clients in teaching them the importance of knowing a FIN number. What is a FIN number? A FIN number is the total amount of money someone needs in order for them to be financially independent. Okay. Financially independent would be, for a lot of people, retirement. Okay. With retirement, now you can retire at any age. You can wake up tomorrow and retire. Now, how long will you stay retired? Is the question. Will you have to go back to work on Monday? Does your retirement last 4 days? I think I would say to say that most working people have dreams of retiring one day, but they don't know what that number they would need in order to retire. So, wanting to become financially independent and not knowing what that number is similar to, as we say, getting all cute, going to the golf course, getting your new outfit on, getting your hair done, taking pictures with your bestie, and you have no idea what club to use and you have no idea where the hole is. That's how crazy it sounds, but that's how a lot of people are doing with their finances. So our goal is to one, calculate that fin number for them. Right now, everyone that's working, that's doing some type of work, business, income, you're in the accumulation phase. You are gathering all the money that you can because one day you're not going to be able to work. So while you're doing all this gathering, the number one thing that you want to do is minimum, at the very minimum, save 10%. Now, I know that's a lot for some people to start out with, but that's our goal, that we want at a minimum to save 10%. Then we also want to establish three goals when building wealth. The first one is income protection. Okay. When I say income protection, is making sure that your income is protected, making sure that if something were to happen, that you continue having income coming into your home. The second thing is that we want to make sure that you have income replacement. What is income replacement? God forbid you don't come home, right? And you have someone relying on you for your paycheck. We want to make sure that in the event of something like that happening, that your income will still continue. And then the third thing is that we want to show you how to create generational wealth, wealth that will outlive you. So we show people what they need to do. We give you the steps, we give you the numbers, and we show you how to never run out. Now, there's three rules to building long-term wealth. The first rule is your compound effect. What is compound effect? It's the rule of 72. Now, this rule is something I didn't make up. This is not something that I came up with. I wish I could be the mathematician that takes the credit, but I'm not that smart. But the rule of 72 is take 72 divided by whatever rate of return that you're looking to receive. Now, that's going to be how long it takes for your money to double. So take 72 divided by whatever the rate equals how long it takes for your money to double. So say 72 divided by 1 equals 72. So today you put $10,000. Now let's say, for instance, Razat, you had $72, I'm sorry, $10,000 that you put into an account somewhere. With that $10,000, it took 72 years for that money to double. Do you think that would be a good place for your retirement to be hanging out at?
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't think you'll probably be retiring on $20,000. But that's what a lot of people are doing. They just shove their money into a savings account, right? And they say that they're saving, which you are saving, but it's not growing. And some people don't even put the money in a bank account. They're putting it in a safe or in their mattresses, things like that. At 1%, that would be similar to your savings account. Now, the next one would be like you're putting your money into a CD account, a CD at the bank. So 72 divided by 4 is 18. So that means that your money is going to double every 18 years. So that today you have 10,000, in 18 years you have 20,000, and then in 36 years you have 40,000. So do you think that putting your money into an account that's about 4%, do you think that would be a good way to retire?
Looks a little bit better, but no.
I think that you would want something more aggressive. If we sat down, I'm like, yeah, I can get you an extra 30,000 in 10 years. You're like, I'm sorry, an extra 30,000 in 36 years. You're like, so basically 1,000 a year. I need something better than that. Now, if we take 72 divided by 8, that's 9. So that means your money's going to double every 9 years. So what does that mean? Today you put 10,000, in 9 years you put 20,000. I'm sorry, in 9 years, you'll have 20,000. In 18 years, you'll have 40,000. In 27 years, you'll have 80,000. And in 36 years, you'll have 160,000. Now that is better, right? That gives you a little bit more, okay, I think I have a plan together for retirement. But if you could potentially get 12% on average year after year, that means your money's doubling every 6 years. So with money doubling every 6 years, now this is actually, we're talking about wealth accumulation. And the reason why compounding effect is so important, because if you take $10,000 at 4% interest rate and put $10,000 at 12% interest rate, the difference between those two numbers is $600,000. Now, Razat, you are a very analytical lady. Would you be okay leaving voluntarily $600,000 at the table?
Not voluntarily, but without the knowledge, I pretty much am.
Yeah. And that's the thing that most people are, because they don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And so the great thing about what we're doing, and Razat, I thank you for this platform, and what you're doing is that you're giving this education out. You're putting the information out to so that people can make better informed decisions. And so with that being said, the second effect is the risk effect. How risky do you want to be? You can put your money into a fixed account. A fixed account is going to be like your CD, your savings account at the bank. Now, your CD and your savings account, you're not going to grow very much. It's not going to really grow at all. That's not really what those accounts are used for. It's just safe and have and it be a liquid that you can get to it. The other option would be a variable account. So the variable account reminds you more of like the stock market. So with the stock market, when the money goes up, you make a lot of money. When the money goes down, you can lose a lot of money. So you have the growth option, which you don't have in the fixed account. But unlike the fixed account, the variable account is not safe. So there is a strategy that most people are not familiar with, and it's called the index strategies. And so index strategies is pretty cool because how it works is you have the safety and you have the growth together. The safety is, okay, my money is going to be there, and the growth is I'm going to make some money. There's going to be compounding. But when the market goes up, your money's going to go up. But when the market goes down, guess what? You don't lose money with index policies because you have what's called a floor. And with that floor, you're guaranteed not to go below that floor. So Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, Warren Buffett, he says that there's two rules to investing money. The first rule is, listen, don't lose money, number one. The second rule is, don't forget rule number one, don't lose money. So a lot of times when we're thinking about where we're going to put our money at for retirement, for long-term growth, we think about all these different things that's going on. Do I want to put it in a business? Do I want to put it here? Do I want to put it there? But the number one rule, one of the wealthiest men in the world stated, is that, hey, don't lose money. Eliminate the risk. And so the last thing that I want to share with you all is the tax effect. So the tax effect is there's three rules to pay taxes on your money. The first one is tax now. Second one is tax deferred. And the third one is tax exempt. Now, tax now is going to be like your checking account, your savings account, your CDs, your stocks, your mutual funds. With those type of accounts, you are taxed every year on those accounts. The tax deferred accounts are going to be like your 401k, your IRAs, your pensions, your TSP accounts. Those, you're sticking a whole bunch of money in there. You're throwing money into those accounts, stuffing full those accounts, which is great that you're saving. However, you're putting all that money in there, then you get your statement and you're so proud of yourself. And you're like, oh, it looks so pretty. I'm doing such a good job. And you may see it says $400,000. But the thing about it is that you really don't have $400,000 when you start taking the money out because you have yet to pay taxes on that. So, Razat, do you feel I'm not saying that you're a tax expert, not saying I'm a tax expert or anything to that nature, but with the way that our economy is going, do you think taxes are going to be going up, or do you think taxes are going to be going down?
It's going to go up.
Going to go up. And we don't know how much they're going to go up to, right? Now, the last category is tax exempt. So, what tax exempt is something like a Roth IRA or a LIRP, a life insurance retirement plan. Now, the tax exempt accounts are pretty cool because with those accounts, you put money in that has already been taxed. And then when you take the money out, you're not paying taxes on the gains. Now, which category do you think most people are in?
Most people are in tax now, and then the rest are in tax deferred.
Yeah, I agree. I don't even know if they know that tax exempt is even an option.
I think very few people know that the tax exempt is an option.
Yeah. And with that being said, with the tax exempt option, I think that if more people were aware that it wasn't even a thing, they would choose that all day long. And they'd be like, and it's legal? Yes, it's legal. And so, in summary, our goal here with Wealth Builders reside. I'm blessed and fortunate that you're offering this platform for realtors because our goal is to help save 10%. Everything that you're growing, building, the income that you're getting, pay yourself first. Put money in toward your future. 10% is all that we're asking. Then make sure that your income is protected. Make sure that you understand the concept of the compounding effect, the risk, and also the tax advantage and the tax effect. Then you want to make sure you have income replacement in the event that, God forbid, you don't come home, right? We want to make sure that your family can still continue life. And then we want you to build and create tax free generational wealth that is going to, one, not be taxed excessively, and then that it outlives you. So that's our goal. And in order to do that, we help our clients do what's called a financial needs analysis. With this financial needs analysis, we show people cash flow, how to earn additional money. If income is tight for you, there could be some other options where you can earn additional income. Manage your household expenses, debt management, how to get out of debt, how to consolidate debt, emergency fund. We say that you should have at least 3 to 6 months of your income tucked away somewhere that you can get to it. And also prepare for unexpected expenses. Proper protection, protect against loss of income and to protect your family assets. And then build wealth. Build wealth is to make sure that you're above inflation wherever your money is, that it's not being gobbled up in inflation. And then maybe you need help with a professional money management to help manage your money. And then lastly, preserve wealth. Preserving wealth, that's reducing taxes and also to build a family legacy. That is when we look into your estate planning, making sure that you have a will, a trust, a power of attorney, healthcare power of attorney, those things in place to protect you. So, with that being said, we help all our clients with that. With that being said, we help everyone develop that in a better way for our families. I think that we have done everything. And is there any questions that you have for me?
Thank you, Brittany. I don't have any questions at the moment. What can they do to learn more?
Yes. Thank you for asking that because I would like to put this in the chat. In the chat, I will have a form that they can go to, and you can complete this form, and that will allow you to fill out some information, and you can let us know how we can better assist you. All those categories that I gave for the financial needs analysis, that will allow you to we can get back in contact with you within the next 24 to 48 hours and basically help you get to a better financial situation. And they can just reach out to you directly as well. And we can set something up to do that financial needs analysis.
Okay, Brittany, thank you so much for that. The final question for everybody is, which one of these are you interested in learning about? Are you more interested in learning about the education, such as the principle of investing, lowering taxes, protection against market loss, or are you more interested in the business aspect of it? How to utilize our platform to create royalty, dividends, and the system driven income? Or would you like to learn more about both? Please go ahead and utilize the form to fill that out. Brittany or I will reach out back to you within the next 24 to 48 hours. Thank you, everybody, for your time. I appreciate you joining us today. And for those of you who have missed it, we did record the section and we will have it available for replay later. Thank you so much, and you have a great day. Thank you, Brittany.